This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today. Dunedin's Forsyth Bar Stadium was filled with the sounds of English rock royalty when Queen visited last night. The clean-up continues around Gore, with many people from all walks of life pitching in. And one of the most gruelling events of the Masters Games helps a man in his 70s win another medal at the event. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Sophie Morris. 1970s rock music royalty Queen played in Dunedin last night. The band's original lead singer Freddie Mercury died at age 45 in 1991, and former talent show contestant Adam Lambert has been hitting the right notes for nearly a decade.
Fans of the band Queen and frontman Adam Lambert were entertained on their way to Forsyth Bar Stadium in a very Dunedin fashion, with bagpipers playing just outside the venue. Street hawkers sold potentially unofficial merchandise on the popular walking routes to the concert. Inside the stadium, the excitement was palpable, with a roar going up as the curtain was raised and the band came out. Queen and Adam Lambert opened with Now I'm Here, delighting the crowd. During the show, Lambert acknowledged Freddie Mercury, paying tribute to the man who'd inspired him as a performer and whose role he now has in the band. The stage was as immaculately dressed as band members, sporting a lavish red and gold setup. The band delved deep into its back catalogue of hits, and the performance featured a hologram of former lead singer Freddie Mercury. It was a theatrical show of epic proportions, which pleased the crowd, and at a guess, the late Freddie Mercury would have approved of. In Dunedin, the South Today.
The judge who sentenced a Singaporean tourist following a collision which claimed the life of a Queenstown woman says the driver will be haunted for many years. Delbert Tin was sentenced in the Queenstown District Court yesterday. Tin admitted careless driving, causing the death of 84-year-old local Nolene Tate when he crossed the centre line on January 14. He also admitted careless driving causing injury to his wife, as well as causing serious leg injuries to Cromwell motorcyclist Glenn Cherry. Tin was convicted and disqualified for 15 months. He was also ordered to pay reparations for funeral costs, the uninsured motorcycle, as well as a total of $6,000 for emotional harm. Following last Wednesday's floods, a state of emergency remains in place in Southland for perhaps another week. Gore and its surrounding areas are in clean-up mode, and one farm equipment business says it has lodged an insurance claim likely to pass $1 million.
Clearing farm fences of flood debris after last week's flooding in the region. The Kane family farm in Tapanui felt the full force of last week's deluge of about 200 millimetres of rain over 36 hours. Floodwaters ripped up part of State Highway 90 near their house and damaged stock fences. Around 24 volunteers have come by to help with the clean-up, including Tapanui restaurateur Tama Szymanski.
Oh, it's just the community spirit thing to do, right? Like, these people, we get our meat from farms, the farmers come and eat at our place, and the Canes were in for dinner the other night, mentioned that they're busy, they could use a hand, and said I was free, so here we are.
Gore and its surrounding areas, seen here in the height of flooding last Wednesday, are now in flood recovery mode. One of the worst affected businesses in Gore was Agriline, a farm machinery product store south of Gore, and has lodged an insurance claim likely to pass $1 million, with welders, compressors and expensive farm machinery all ruined by the flood waters. Next door at Agri Centre South, Chief Executive Grant Price says his own store got off much more lightly, thanks to the quick response by staff.
To be honest, it happened pretty quickly. Where the places were evacuated, at that stage, just before that, we had a couple of guys in the workshops that did a great job and whipped around and put a few of the electrical items up on the shelves and managed to put a few of the sales computers in the offices and that up.
However, the building itself will be needing some repairs.
Most of it is the building. Is just when you can see down on the edges down here, we're about, that's how it's gone through. So unfortunately it's starting to dry out and it is starting to warp a little bit, so we will need some remedy there. So yeah.
Like his neighbours, he's also in contact with his insurance company.
We just got the insurance company coming along today along with the builders, and they're always very good to work with. So, you know, we'll look at that, and I think we'll turn it around in no time, have it back 100%.
A state of emergency remains in place in Southland, perhaps for another week. In Gore and Tapanui, the South Today.
It appears a property developer and the Invercargill City Council have come to an agreement regarding the delayed development of the town's city centre. The council is meeting on an issue today relating to the judicial review proceedings by Nelson property developer Gare Thompson. Thompson told the Otago Daily Times the meeting was in relation to the CBD block development, a development funded in part by the council. Last year, Thompson was able to delay the start of demolition of the block when he sought an injunction. But this January, the first stage of demolition began after his injunction was dismissed in the Christchurch High Court. The Gutbuster race up Jacob's Ladder in the Dunedin suburb of St Clair is arguably one of the most testing events at the Masters Games. Competitors run straight up and then down the seemingly endless stairway in a well-run stampede.
What goes up must come down. And in the Masters Games Gutbuster, competitors run, walk or even crawl up and down the Jacob's Ladder staircase 5 times. 75-year-old Tom Cockerell has the honour of being the oldest competitor taking part and says he's fighting fit, and in some way he's been training for it his whole life.
Enjoying my age, it hasn't slowed me down by much, and I was brought up in the steepest street in the world, so there's a Gutbuster every day to get up the hill to go home.
Competitors assemble in Valpy Street and were let go in a staggered start. Their instructions were to treat the narrow staircase as a street and keep left. Cockerell says he took a methodical approach to the race.
Yeah, good. I just planned it to suit myself, so I didn't go out too quick at the start. Yep. And I'll finish up with muscle tears in my calves, but I'll ice them down and hopefully can wander around a bit tomorrow.
Placing third in the over 66 years category, the Gutbuster wasn't his only event or even medal at the Games.
I am 75 and this is my 16th event in 5 days, and I came out with 16 medals.
The Masters Games in Dunedin wrapped up at the weekend with the competition in Whanganui for 2021 before returning to Dunedin in 2022. In Dunedin, the South Today.
Still to come on the South Today. A potential election candidate bows out of the southern races, and a famous homestead, Ngauamoro, is changing hands after about 40 years.
When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489-2274. Lana Castle is proud to showcase their new retail space. Simply purchase an annual garden pass for year-round access to the garden, cafe and gift shop, or apply for a host card giving you full access to the castle, ballroom, cafe, gift shop and garden when accompanied by a full paying guest. Check out the website for full terms and conditions.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
If you're suffering from sciatica, lower back pain, hips and pelvis and knees, this technique will work wonders for you. The energy flow is transmitting through the muscles. Come and see Sunny Chin.
You've seen us in the street, now find us online. Check out shopon.org.nz. We have all sorts of treasures, from retro and vintage clothing to antiques, homewares and accessories. New items added every week. We're open 24/7.
Step into Ross Cafe, located at Ross Home in North East Valley. We have a great range of hot and cold food, friendly service and a warm atmosphere that you are sure to enjoy. We look forward to serving you soon at Ross Cafe.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
Welcome back. Invercargill MP Sarah Dowie has announced she won't seek re-election this year. Dowie was elected to Parliament in 2014 and in her announcement says she wants to spend more time with family. She was embroiled in a scandal with now independent MP Jamie Lee Ross during her term representing Southern voters. Dowie says serving the people of Invercargill and wider Southland as MP was one of her proudest achievements. Last week we brought you the tale of a missing dog. The 6-year-old white Maltese cross named Georgie, which ran from the scene of a single vehicle crash on the morning of last Monday, has been found. Her owner Brenton Cook was knocked unconscious when he ran off the road in the Fruitlands area. When he came to, Georgie was gone. The search quickly became a community effort and Georgie was spotted near the crash scene numerous times but was too spooked to let people near her. Debs Reid and her daughter spent around 6 hours combing the crash site and had managed to shoot a video of the missing dog. With the help of 2 other volunteers, Georgie's owner was finally able to coax her back on Thursday. The century-old Burnside homestead, just inland from Oamaru, now has a new owner. The historic home and its sprawling grounds are treasured by both locals and visitors, having been well tended by the outgoing owners since 1974.
This historic Burnside homestead, located about 17 kilometres inland from Oamaru, has been owned by Bruce and Alison Elberston for the past 45 years. It was built at the turn of last century by the eldest son of Otago businessman John Reid.
John Reid was a very well-known North Otago identity from 1860 onwards. He was one of the powerhouses of the frozen meat industry in the 1880s, built the second ship that went out of Oamaru for the frozen meat industry. So this was his place. And he brought his family here to the Burnside, which was part of Elderslie, and the eldest of the 12 children that he had, John Forrester Reid, built this house. And by 1900 they were living in it.
Since the mid-1990s, the Elberstons have operated the house as a low-key bed and breakfast. But with the advent of the nearby Alps to Ocean cycle trail, running the B&B has become an almost full-time business for the past 9 years. They've now sold the magnificent home, desiring something requiring a little less maintenance.
We've come to the point where after 45 years we've had a great innings, and we realise that at our age and just looking at the realities of managing and sharing the homestead as we have over the years, we'd rather let some other people enjoy that opportunity, and it's hard work.
He says the home's grand hall is large enough to put on a musical concert.
Where we're standing now, a great hall like this is really something you'd see in large houses in other parts of the world. In a relatively small 25-roomed house, you've got a remarkable hall that's as good for musical performance and sharing hospitality as anywhere you'd ever go.
The Albistons are planning to use some of their newly acquired free time to travel to the North Island and Australia. In Oamaru, the South Today.
After the break on the South Today, we hear about the newly opened section of the Alps to Ocean cycle trail, and we check out tomorrow's weather.
All new episodes of Put Some Colour in Your Life are now screening on Channel 39. Take a look at Australian artists and the techniques they use in their studio. Put Some Colour in Your Life, Tuesdays, 7:30.
Step into Shop on Carrot and discover a shop full of treasures. We have a fantastic range of vintage and retro clothes, upmarket clothing labels, collectible items, beautiful jewellery, quality linen and the best range of vintage haberdashery.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Lana Castle is proud to showcase their new retail space. Simply purchase an annual garden pass for year-round access to the garden, cafe and gift shop, or apply for a host card giving you full access to the castle, ballroom, cafe, gift shop and garden when accompanied by a full paying guest. Check out the website for full terms and conditions.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 17 years. New doors, replacement doors and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team.
Step into Op Shop on St Andrew and discover a place with plenty of bargains for yourself, your friends and the whole family. We have new items arriving every day. Visit us for a fabulous range of economy and upmarket clothing, accessories, books, shoes and more. Shop with us and support your community.
A poorly maintained heat pump can lose up to 35% of its output. The Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner team are experts. Their specially developed chemical wash is totally biodegradable. Call Mr. Heat Pump Cleaner and get the job done by the professionals.
If you're at risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole Map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life. When it's time to say goodbye to your pet, Heaven Sent Pet Cremations are here to help you through this difficult experience. Call Heaven Sent Pet Cremations today for their care and guidance. Phone 489 2274.
Welcome back. A long-awaited section of the Alps to Ocean cycle track has finally been completed. Parts of the trail opened in 2016, but the final connecting stretch between Aviemore Dam and Kurau has finally been opened.
It's been a long time between drinks for the Alps to Ocean Cycle Trail Joint Committee, but finally an off-road section of the trail between Aviemore Dam and Kurau is now officially open. Committee Chairman Mike Nielsen says it has been a long time coming.
We have been down various dead ends, but as of last year finally obtained legal access to the entire length from Sailors Cutting to Duntroon.
Construction of the section includes 3 new bridges and started in 2017, costing about $720,000.
In 2015 an application was made directly to John Key for the purpose of getting the trail off State Highway 83.
Just before Christmas, the group received about $500,000 from the Ministry for Business, Innovation and Employment, after finally getting access permission from surrounding landowners.
A massive thanks goes to the landowners who have generously made their land available, starting from the Aviemore Dam and moving from west to east.
The new section of the trail has a smooth gravel surface and is classed a Grade 2 easy, meaning it is suitable for all cyclists. In Oamaru, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. The sounds of English rock royalty filled Dunedin's Forsyth Bar Stadium when Queen visited last night. The clean-up continues around Gore following the recent floods, with many people from all walks of life pitching in to help people in need. And one of the most gruelling events of the Masters Games helps a man in his 70s win another medal at the event. And time now for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Hayden.
Hi, Sophie. How are you?
Good. Yourself?
Good. Should be an interesting paper tomorrow, fingers crossed. Our lead story is on the housing shortage in Dunedin, the story that obviously just won't go away. And this comes from the Sally Army, the Salvation Army's latest State of the Nation report, which looks into the situation and reveals again the problem's just getting worse in Dunedin. There's lots of reports of overcrowding, sort of 8-9 people living in houses designed for 3 or 4. People just really struggling to find accommodation, half-decent accommodation they can afford. So, big issue, it's not going to go away, and it'll carry on tomorrow. And the rain radar, so this is really interesting. Work is due to start next week, I believe, on Dunedin's rain radar. We've got a yarn looking at exactly where it's going to be and exactly what a rain radar does. It's going to be a huge help, I think, for people from all walks of life, a more accurate, I guess, forecast of when and where the rain's going to come. So that should be interesting.
Good.
Milford Sound, speaking of rain, the road to Milford Sound should open this weekend, just to workers at this stage after the flooding. And Walter Peak Station, obviously the amazing station that you visit on the Earnslaw in Queenstown, its garden has become the latest garden from Otago or Southland to become rated as a garden of national significance. So that's quite nice. I was over there just a couple of years ago actually, and it is quite a stunning garden. So
Great.
all that and plenty of other bits and pieces right throughout the whole paper tomorrow.
Thank you, Hayden. All of that in tomorrow's ODT. And now for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Starting with the southern view, Taurus soaking up the sun and a gentle southern breeze in the pedestrian-friendly Octagon. Looking at the situation, mostly fine weather tomorrow with some clouds, but a front approaching from the Southern Ocean brings some showers late in the day and colder southwesterly winds on Thursday. Starting off at the northwest of the South Island, Greymouth and Westport are looking at cloudy skies with 20 degrees. Across to the northeast, Nelson and Blenheim can expect a cloud or two on an otherwise bright blue sky and 23 degrees. Moving down to Canterbury, Kaikoura has a cloud or two and 22 degrees. Christchurch has clouds and 19 degrees, while Ashburton is also set to have some clouds and 25 degrees. To the southern towns, the Catlins and Balclutha have a chance of showers, grey skies and 19 degrees. Lumsden and Gore are set for freshening westerlies, showers later and 18 degrees. Heading to central Otago, Wanaka and Queenstown are both set for moderate northerlies, some high cloud and 24 degrees, while Alexandra should reach 27. Te Anau heads for 18 degrees with fresh westerlies and rain. To the northern towns, on the coast, Timaru and Oamaru are due to have light northeasterlies and fine weather, 20 for Timaru and 19 for Oamaru. Looking inland, Twizel and Omarama are due for light winds, clear skies and 25 degrees. In Dunedin, cloudy tonight with light winds with an overnight low of 11. Mostly cloudy tomorrow, mild with north to northeast winds. Showers developing from the evening, a high of 19 and a low of 14. Showers on Thursday morning, clearing during the afternoon, but skies remaining cloudy. A high of 15 and a low of 10. And in Invercargill, cloudy tonight with an overnight low of 10 degrees. Cloudy tomorrow with some showers developing late in the day and freshening westerly winds. Colder southwesterlies tomorrow night, a high of 17 and a low of 12. Showers clearing during the day on Thursday with fresh cold southwesterlies decreasing, a high of 14 and a low of 9. That's all for our news this Tuesday. For the latest news from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz and follow Channel 39 on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.